It is without. How you doing out there? This is John Wayne Mercure, the Sonneteer, and I got a sonnet here I wrote 11 years ago. This sonnet is number 831, and as of last Saturday, I've got 300 videos out there on YouTube, and all of them, every single one of them, is a first take. Like this is the first take. No rehearsals, no repeats, no 30 cuts until we erased film. No, I've got 300 videos out there, and they're all first takes. And I'm proud of that. Why? Because each of my sonnets is a book. It's a story. Nietzsche said, I want to get a book and condense it to 10 sentences. Gustave Flaubert, he said, I want to cut it down. And Joseph Joubert said the same thing. I want to cut a book down to one word. The only word I know of that's even close to that is j'accuse. It means I accuse you, that you can accuse anybody of anything. And we're sure doing that enough nowadays, aren't we? Well, this sonnet I wrote 11 years ago, I guess I must have forgotten I wrote it because it happened to me again. The name of this sonnet, There's Always a Bullet in the Barrel. John Wayne Mercure forgot that. You got to forget it at your dire peril, though. There is a bullet in the barrel, and people get in trouble. I've been in trouble there myself. Let that be burned, a maxim burned into your brain. It's a lesson you better learn, because it's a lesson that could be from hell. I've forgotten this. I've forgotten it, and I shouldn't have forgot it. Have you forgot it? Because I have. This happened to me. Trying to remember to pull the trigger and see if there's a bullet in the chamber. And there is one. One bullet went through the inside of my windshield one time out in the country. Thank God. Who knows where that bullet's gone? Went right through my windshield. It really unnerved me at the time. Another unfortunate incident I had. A bullet went off because I thought there wasn't one in the barrel, and it went through the ceiling. Some lessons you have to learn yet again and again and again, I guess. I had a gun go off one time. I would pull the trigger like an idiot, and a bullet just missed my mirror. I've always been covered by one ironclad rule, and I'm telling you, always know where that barrel is pointing. That's where salvation is. You got to be careful. A firearm is a good friend, and yet it's a rattlesnake. It's a rattlesnake. It'll bite anybody, anybody. And guns, they alarm the timid. They scare the sheep. You don't understand. A gun is your defense against the scum of this world that want what you have. They want to rob you. They want to rape your wife. They want to take you and make you a slave. And a defense against that kind of scum that don't believe in law and order is a gun. Thank God for the Second Amendment. I was just talking recently. This man was telling me, the places where there's no Second Amendment, you can't defend yourself, and you can't. They'll just come and get you in the night. Well, accidents do happen, and they happen, and they're tragedies from stupid carelessness. You can't be careless with a gun, ever. It's preventable, and it's regrettable if you make a mistake. Here's a true story. I didn't write this one. This happened. I knew these people. It was an ugly mess. A successful family doctor. A good doctor. Really good. He had a successful reputation in town. He had a really good-looking wife. He was happy. He had a beautiful little girl. He had a smiling son. And his son was playing with a loaded gun. The gun accidentally went off. It hit the son's friend. It hit him in the face, the bullet. The son took his own friend's life. It was an accident, but that didn't mean it's going to stop the suffering. Why? The boy was killed. Some grisly threats were made. Well, we're going to do something to your little girl. We're going to get even. People go crazy when that kind of stuff happens. Why? Because playing with guns, you can't play with guns ever. Never. Don't make a mistake. You can't take it back. And the guy's name, I know his name. I'll just say his name is Kelly, because it is. I'm not going to say his last name. I don't want to open old wounds. But he's dead. And they threatened the family, and the family had to root up their practice to save their little girl in peril. And the family had to leave town, had to leave their practice, and I don't even know where they went. I think they wanted their privacy. Why? Because of somebody playing with a gun. And there's a lot of sheep out there. They hate the Second Amendment. It's the only reason we're free. Especially the veterans know that. They've been in places where there's no guns allowed, and the tyrants take over and turn you into a slave. Well, the Second Amendment is so important, it defends the other 9 amendments. And I'll tell you what, the Second Amendment, there's a lot of hot debate going on by weaklings. They want to disarm everybody. They want to disarm you and mine, all of the people I love. They want to disarm all of us. That's what happens when you get an enslaved population. Because they become enslaved because they were without arms. A grave responsibility is a firearm. Everybody knows that, or should. Well, tyrants want you disarmed. They're trying to disarm the American people now. Hey, I got a sticker and I like it, and I'm putting on some of my sonnets, maybe this one. Hey, if you're going to come and take my gun, be sure you bring yours. Because I'm not going to give up my gun, and I don't want all American citizens to ever think about giving up their gun, because, hey, the tyrants want you disarmed. The rabbits run away. The ostriches hide. They flee away. They think there's going to be flight and safety. Hey, running away, where are you going to run? America's the only place you can be. At least you're free here. You have liberty. You can make your own way. You're free. Well, I'll tell you what. In World War II, the Jewish people, they learned to have no guns means tragedy. 6 million of them butchered. Little kids too. Women. Why? Because they had no guns to defend themselves. You can bet now. The Israeli people are armed to the teeth because they have to be. It's a matter of survival. Unarmed people are treated with utter contempt. They think you're some kind of wussy that you are not able to defend yourself. It's a hard life rule that's true. You can be harmed with all kinds of torture and murder if you're not armed. It's an eternal school. You better remember that's a life lesson. It's wisely written. An armed society is a polite society, defensible because they can defend themselves. It's written in the Second Amendment. The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. There's all kinds of things that they're trying to do that's an infringement of our right to keep and bear arms. Despots, tyrants, they try to circumvent the wording of the Constitution. They say, oh, that's outdated concept. They're dictators. They're ugly and they're horrible, and they want what you have, and they want you to be a slave, and they want to be the boss. Rotten hearts they have, evil souls, foes, enemies of liberty, lunatics unhinged. All they want is power. Yes, emphatically, if we have to take sure that people in this society is an armed society. And we have to understand that. The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. I'm telling you, yes, emphatically, our gun safety is always number one, absolutely essential. Death can happen instantly. Maiming somebody, killing somebody, tragedy, and inherent evil. That's why we got to be careful with guns. The blessed right of self-defense of the Second Amendment It controls the evil out there. It controls the demons, the devils, the people that want riots and chaos. We have to be armed. God bless America. Thank you for listening. Et te make. Au revoir.